Well, hello everyone. Welcome in to this new live stream here at MVG Productions. We are about to get underway and started with our third season of Card Sharks here. And this season, we're going to be broadcasting it live right here every Sunday night, approximately 10 p.m. We're a little late getting started because I had to make last-second checks to make sure everything is working out fine. So we're doing it, and we're here. We're going to have some fun with it this season. So you guys are going to catch all the action live as the cards are being dealt. So I hope you're ready for another fun season of all the action here. So without further ado, I will say I'll get started here tonight with by thanking Wipeout Fan 14 for tonight's opening poem for this first episode. He left one for me from the last season we had done this, and if you want to leave me a poem that might be read on air here, just leave it either in the chat here for the live stream or leave it in the comment section if you're watching this on demand afterward, and you might get a shout out from yours truly here. But without further ado, I say we get our games rolling here, and let's play some Card Shark, shall we? Here we go. Some like it hot, some like it cold. To call an 8, you must be bold. On Card Sharks. And now here's your host of Card Sharks, yours truly. How we doing? All right, we are here. We're about to get the show underway here with our first two Card Sharks of the season. So let's meet our first two contestants out here. Playing the red cards first, we have Davion. Davion, welcome.
Thank you, brother. It's nice to be here for the premiere.
Yep, season 3. We are back. It's probably been about... I was going to do this about this time last year. Some things came up and new series dropped in my lap. So it took me a second to get everything here. But we finally made it, and we have arrived. So remind the good folks at home about yourself, sir.
So I'm currently a somewhat graduate at the Heart of Innovation and Technology. Former IT technician assistant. Love my game shows, my wrestling and my Dungeons and Dragons. And to be honest, as of taping, this is actually the first game show I actually take part of MVG for 4 years now. This is actually my 4 years anniversary right now.
Oh.
So this is the first game show. Yeah.
Congratulations.
It's amazing how time flies from that. And it is true when they say time flies when you're having fun. But welcome in. Happy game-anniversary, I guess you could call it. And good luck to you tonight. Hopefully becoming the first champion here on Season 3. As we meet your opponent playing against you, we have Chris. Chris, welcome.
Thank you, Brandon. How you doing tonight?
I am doing as well as I can be for someone who's done who's doing a live stream for the first time in a hot minute here. So, remind me a little about yourself, sir.
Well, my name is Chris Chambers. I'm from Arkansas. I'm a full-time cashier. And the fall, I like to watch the Arkansas Razorbacks football team.
Mm-hmm. And again, what's your favorite thing about them?
And the same state I am.
Fair enough. That's usually a good reason to cheer for them. Local team always seems to be the best for sports fans everywhere. So, welcome aboard. Good luck to you. Let's get right to our game. Let's play some Card Sharks, shall we? As you know, we're going to be playing best 2 out of 3 games here on the show, and our winner will go on to the money cards, or a chance at $32,000 in cash. Wait, one of you. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Tossed a coin backstage, and Davion won the toss, so he's going to be playing the red cards. Chris will be playing the blue cards, and in this case, the first question goes to you, Davion. We kick off season 3 of Card Sharks with this.
All right.
We asked 100 married people between Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston, whose death caused a bigger impact on the music entertainment industry. How many of those people said it was Michael Jackson?
Well, it was 2009, if I remember that. And yeah, it was a real tragedy for that. So based on that, I'll go with 75%, or in my case, 75 people.
All right, 75 people out of 100 said it was a bigger impact for Michael Jackson's death than it was Whitney Houston's. Chris, higher or lower than 75?
I agree with Davion, but I think it's going to be a little lower.
Say a little lower than that. All right, if the answer is lower, of course, Chris, you'll be playing your cards first. If not, Davion will be playing his. The actual number of those people who said Michael Jackson's death was a bigger impact on the music and entertainment industry than Whitney Houston's was... It was 67. It was lower.
Wow.
Ooh.
All right, Chris, so that means you won the right to play your cards first. Let's get started by showing you your opening base card. It's a 2.
Higher.
No higher than a 2.
It's a 2.
It's a jack.
Lower.
Going on lower than the jack. It's a 7.
Freeze.
Gonna freeze right there, all right? Freezing with the 7 with a 3-card advantage over Davion here. And we go on to question number 2. And Chris, this one is for you. Chris, we asked 100 men this question. What channel did you watch more as a kid? Disney Channel or Nickelodeon? How many of those 100 men said they watched Nickelodeon more?
Oh, boy. I'm a 90s kid. I watch the best Nickelodeon shows. I say 75.
75 out of those 100 men said they watched more Nickelodeon than they did the Disney Channel. Davion, higher or lower than 75?
Because I was that kind of kid during my in the 2000s, so I could agree with that. Higher or lower than 75, though? I say a little bit lower.
Just a little bit lower. All right. Well, we shall see. The actual number of men who said they watched more Nickelodeon as a child than they did the Disney Channel is 66. It is lower.
Wow.
All right, Davion, you've got control of the cards here. Let's take a look at your opening base card for this game. We have a 5.
Okay. I'll go higher.
All right, let's go on. Higher than a 5. Oh, no, it's a 2.
Oh.
That's going to cost you those 2 cards.
Ooh.
And, Chris, free chance to play your 7.
Let's go higher.
On higher than 7. It's an ace.
Lower.
For the first game of the match at $500, lower than an ace. It's a 7. He's got it. Well done, sir. Congratulations to you. $500 is yours. Of course, every game you win is worth $500. And when both games is $1,000, you head to the money cards. But it's okay. Davion, you have a chance to catch up. So we'll go ahead and clear that board out. And we're going to go straight into game number 2. And this next question, let's see, round 1, Davion starts. So, Chris, you'll start first in round 2.
Hey.
So this first question is for you. All right, Chris, we asked 100 people, have you ever lost your virginity before you got married? How many of those 100 married people said they did lose their virginity before they got married?
I bet a lot of people have. I would say 65.
65 out of 100 of them said that they lost their virginity before they got married. Davion, higher or lower than 65?
I can see that as a possibility, so I'll go higher this time.
You can go higher than that. I say I'll be the first to tell you myself. I definitely lost my virginity long before I got married, but then again, I also got married very late in life too. But either way, it worked out fine in the end. The actual number of married people who said they did lose their virginity before they got married is 87. It is much higher.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely surprised it was that high in that case. All right. Davion, you've got control of the cards
Damn.
first. Let's see where you're starting off in this round. Your first base card is a queen.
That's good cards to start. Let's go lower.
Hang on. Lower than the queen. It's a 3.
That's great. Let's go higher.
Going on higher than a 3. It's a king.
That's also great. Let's go lower.
Going on lower than a king. It's a 2.
Wow.
Let's go all in higher.
If this is higher than a 2, not only win the game, but you win a $1,000 bonus for sweeping the board. All of it higher than a 2. It's a 10. You got it. Well done, sir. $500 for the game plus $1,000 for the clean sweep there. We're all tied up now, 1 game apiece. Well done.
As the phrase say, oh, how the term has tabled.
Yeah. Yes, how the turns have tabled in this case. All right. It's 1 game apiece here, so this game will determine who goes on to the money cards as we clear the board. Remember, 3 cards in this final round. 3 questions are all we're going to be asking, and this first one goes over to you, Davion. Davion, we asked 100 soft drink drinkers, which soft drink do you prefer, Coke or Pepsi? How many of those 100 people said they prefer Pepsi?
Well, a person who actually drinks soft drinks, Pepsi's always that classic one. So I'll go 70 people say that.
70, you said?
Yeah, 70.
Okay. 70. Okay, thank you. All right, Chris, higher or lower than 70? People that prefer Pepsi.
Well, I'm not much of a soft drink drinker, but I prefer Dr. Pepper, but that was not one of the choices. I mean, people like Pepsi over Coke? Lower. I hope it's lower.
I'll say lower than that. I myself, being from the Carolinas, was raised on Pepsi. However, if I have my choice of drink, I am definitely a Coke guy personally, but that's me. We'll see what is here. The actual number of people who prefer Pepsi over Coke is 23. It is lower.
Wow.
Oh, they love the Coke.
That is the case.
Yep.
All right, Chris, you've got control of the cards first here, sir. So let's take a look at your base card for this tiebreaker match. We start you with a 6.
Change it.
Yeah, you won the question, so you do have the right to change your base
Okay.
card there. So we're changing that 6 from 6 to a queen.
Lower.
Going on lower than a queen. It's an 8 up the middle.
You know what? I'm going for it. I'm going to go higher.
Going on to win the game, be our first champion of season 3, higher than an 8. It's an ace. He's got it.
Forget everyone.
Good game, Chris.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you. You've won the game. You've got yourself another $500 there, so you've got yourself $1,000, and you're going to be playing the big money cards here in just a minute. Davion, what can I say? He had a good game for you right there.
Oh yeah.
What can you say, Davion? He played a very good game for you. What do you think?
Hey, as they say, it's just the luck of the cards and just the surveys. But I'm glad I actually started with this season with 1,500. So that's already a big step up.
Yep, and it is. And that's what you're going to go home with for sure from this episode here. So thank you so much for playing. We'll definitely probably see you again as the season rolls on. Give it up for Davion Baker, y'all.
Good game, Davion.
Yes.
And
Good luck on the money cards, Chris.
Yep.
Thanks, appreciate it.
And Chris, you've won yourself $1,000 for the game, and now you're going to get a chance to play for up to possibly $32,000 more on the money cards. You ready to play?
Let's do it.
Hang on, let's go over here and let's play those money cards. All right, money card time for you, sir. Let's get right to it. Of course, you know, we start you off with the base card of $200 and let you call 3 cards away across until we get you up to the second level where we give you an additional $400 and 3 more betting cards. Remember, minimum bets are $50 each until you get to that top card where the big bet is. You must bet at least half your money. Now, to help you out along the way, we're going to give you 3 change cards that you can change 1 card on each level with at any point in time, so make sure you use them wisely. And again, if you manage to do a perfect double, double, double all the way to the top of the board, you're going to win yourself $32,000.
Awesome.
All right, so if you're ready, good luck to you. Let's go ahead and deal out those cards.
Thank you.
And let's give him $200, please. All right, here is your starting card here in our first trip to the money cards. We start you with a 10.
Change is number 1.
Okay, changing it with number 1 here. And instead of a 10, you're going to have a 2.
All of it higher.
Going on, $200 higher than a 2. It's a 6. You're up to 400.
100 higher.
Okay, $100. Gonna go higher than a 6. Oh no, it's a 4 there. Cost you 100. Down to 300 now.
100 higher.
Okay, $100 again. Higher than a 4. It's a 7.
Okay.
All right, up to $400. We'll move you up to that next level. Give you another $400 to play with, so you're doubled up to $800. You want to keep that 7?
No, number 2.
All right, changing it with card number 2, and instead of a 7, you're now going to be playing with a 10. All right,
Oh boy.
$800 and a 10.
100 lower.
All right, keeping conservative bets there. $100 lower than a 10. It's an 8.
That hurt.
It didn't take it there. I'm gonna change it. You do have $900. I'll fix it here in a second there.
$900.
Yeah, you got
and
900.
8. Let's go 100 higher.
All right, $100. And go higher than an 8. It's a queen. You got it. All right, you got
$1,000.
Yep, you got $1,000 now, and you have a queen.
900 lower.
Ooh, big bet on this one. $900 going lower than a queen. It's a 5. There you go. You have $1,900. I can't quite get it to change the number there, but when we're going to move that 5 up to the next level there, do you want to change it?
No, I'm going to keep it.
All right, you have $1,900. Minimum bet here is $950 for you.
957. Why not? Half of it higher.
All right. The wager is $950 for a grand total of $2,750. If this card is higher than a 5, it's a 6. He's got it. There we go. I fixed it. $2,850. Excuse me. What you have plus what you won earlier. Grand total so far today: $3,850. And you don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to pause for the cause real quick. We're going to come right back, and we're going to get started with a second game on this opening episode of Card Sharks. So stick around, folks. We will be right back with more right after this. And welcome back to Card Sharks here. We're getting ready to start our second game of this episode here. Chris doing a good job kicking us off here with $3,850 so far in cash. And we're ready to meet his first opponent as the champion here. Let's welcome in here. Give it up for Doug, y'all.
Howdy.
Doug, welcome to the program, sir. Tell us a little about yourself. Where you from, what you do, and all that stuff.
Thank you, sir. I'm Doug Joninger. I'm from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. A couple hops, skips, and jumps from Music City, USA, here in Tennessee. I am a small business owner where I help businesses optimize their day-to-day operations, as well as a franchise owner of a beer league hockey team.
Oh, and what's the name of the team?
The Ice Rockets Hockey Club.
Ah, okay. And how'd your season go?
We got 2 more games in the summer season before we transition to 2 18-game seasons each year, which starts in October.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we're 2-3-1. We did not make the playoffs, but that's okay. It's all a matter of just having fun. And then for those that like to have fine bubbly beverages, frothy beverages, after the game.
Uh-huh. I would definitely be one that partakes in that. But I see. Well, welcome to the show, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And let's get things started right here with our second game on this season debut episode of Card Sharks. And as always here, we'll start off with our champion, Chris. So, Chris, this first question is for you, sir.
Okay.
We asked 100 teenagers, do you normally go to sleep after midnight? How many of those 100 teenagers said they do?
Well, if it's in the summertime and they don't have a job, probably. But if it's during the school year, probably not. I would say 45. 4 or 5.
All right, 45 out of 100 of them said they do go to sleep after midnight. Doug, what do you think? Higher or lower than 45?
Well, I know whenever I was a teenager when the pyramids were being built, if a lot, I don't think a lot of people really went to bed, after midnight as a teenager. But now I think it's a lot more common, just because we've got, electronic devices and things like that. So I'm going to go higher.
I'm going to say higher than that. I could see your logic there. It makes perfect sense to me. Well, let's see what the actual survey said. The actual number of teenagers that do go to bed normally after midnight is 72. It is much higher.
Wow.
I'm genuinely surprised it's that high as it was. But all right. You got control of the cards, Doug. Let's take a look at your opening base card for this first game. It's a 4.
Okay, let's go higher, please.
We'll go higher than a 4. It's a 5.
Ooh. Well, I mean, it's an okay card. Oh, what the hell? Let's go higher again.
Going on. Higher than a 5. Oh, no. It's another 5.
Oh.
Yes, pairs do not care in this game, unfortunately, there. So, Chris, free chance to play your base card. Also a 4.
Heil.
Going on. Higher than a 4. It's a jack.
Lowell.
Going on. Lower than a jack. It's a 5.
Why not? Heil.
Going on. Risking it. Higher than a 5. A king.
Lowell.
For the first game of the match and a $1,000 bonus. Lower than the king. It's a 7. He's got it. Well done,
Well
sir.
done.
Another
You just ran me over.
another $1,500 for
Sorry,
you.
Doug.
It happens in this game a lot, more often than you think there. But well done, Chris. Another $1,500 for you brings you now up to $5,350 so far. Doug, he's a tough opponent.
Yes, sir.
Well, we're going to see if you can play a little catch up here. Let's go ahead and set everything up here. We'll go to game number 2, where Doug's going to try to play some catch up here. And Doug, the first question for this round goes to you. Doug, we asked 100 college students, do you prefer going to class in person or having classes online? How many of those 100 students said they preferred going to classes online?
You know, this is certainly an interesting, question, because just with the way that education has changed, and just from experience, either creating courses or attending them personally, I think that students would prefer to do them online because, they would be in their pajamas. So I'm going to go ahead and say 64.
And say 64 of them preferred going to classes online than going to actual class themselves. All right. Chris, higher or lower than 64?
I agree with Doug, but if you're doing it online, you're not able to visit with your friends before, after class. I would go Heil.
They're gonna go even more of them like going online, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, he says
Yes.
higher than that. All right, well, let's see what the answer is. The answer to our survey of 100 college students, do they prefer going to class in person or having classes online? The number of students that said they prefer classes online is 66. It is just slightly higher.
Ooh. Yes, barely.
Yeah, I should remind our folks at home and to all of our players here, if anybody ever gets an answer directly on the nose here on Card Sharks, that is also an automatic $1,000 bonus in cash for you as well. And Doug, you just about took one there on that one.
Oof.
All right, but Chris, you won the right to play your cards. Let's see where you start off in this second game with your base card of a 6.
Change it.
Gonna change it. All right, instead of a 6, we find a 7.
Not much better. Lowell.
And then let's get lower than the 7. Oh no, it's a king. Sorry
Ouch.
there. Tough break there. It means Doug, you get a free chance to play your base card. Also a 7.
Eek.
Well, let me try to go in the opposite direction. I'll go higher.
All right, higher than a 7. It's a 10.
Ooh. I want to freeze.
Got a freeze right there. All right, taking the 1 card advantage over Chris on that one. And we go on to question number 2. This one is for you, Chris. We asked 100 working men, do you actually like your job? How many of those 100 working men said yes, they do like their job?
Well, I like my job most days.
Mm-hmm.
It also depends what kind of job they have.
Very true.
Oh. How many men like their job? 45.
I'm going to say 45 of those 100 men said they do like their job. Doug, higher or lower than 45?
As they say, if you do a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. But I think it might be just a tad higher than 45.
Just a little bit higher than 45, he says. All right.
Just a tad, I think. Yeah.
We shall see. The actual number of working men that do like their job is 37. It is not higher. It's lower. All right. Well, apparently 1 out of every 3 men actually like the job that they're doing. Huh. That is interesting statistics nowadays. All right. Chris, you've got control of the card. You've got that 7.
No, don't change it, please.
All right. 7 goes away, and in its place we find an ace.
Lowell.
Oh, lower than the ace. It's an 8 up the middle.
You know what? I'm going higher.
Risking it on. Higher than the 8. Oh, no, it's a 3. You lose back down to the base card. Doug, a free chance to play that 10.
Let's go lower.
Lower than the 10. Oh, no, an ace for you. Ooh. Both players taking a step back on that one here. So we go on to question number 3. This one's back over to you, Doug.
Okay.
Doug, we asked 100 high school girls, have you ever wanted to date a football jock? How many of those 100 teenagers, 100 high school girls, I should say, said they did want to date a football jock?
You know, at least whenever I was in high school, you know, a lot of girls wanted to do that just because, you know, they can get out of class, you know, they can watch them practice, and then they get all excited and giggly. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to say 71.
71 out of 100 of them said they would like to date a football jock. Chris, higher or lower than 71?
I agree with Doug's logic. I think it would be lower, though.
I'm going to say lower than that. All right. The actual number of high school girls that would want to date a football jock is 46. It is lower.
I guess they want basketball players. Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe they just like the purely athletic type just in general. Who knows? All right, but Chris, you got control of the cards. You have that ace.
Let's go Lowell.
Going on. Lower than the ace. It's a 10.
I'm going to freeze.
Gonna freeze right there. All right. Both players with the exact same 10. Both players needing 3 cards to go, and this is the 4th and final question of this round. Someone must win on this play of the cards, and the question this time goes to you, Chris.
Okay.
Chris, we asked 100 people, have you ever tried to work more than one job at a time? How many of those 100 people said yes, they have tried to work more than one job at a time?
When I was in college, I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And with everything, with prices going up and everything, some people need 2 jobs.
Ain't that the truth?
I would say... So how many people have 2 jobs? I'm sorry.
Yeah, the question again was, we asked 100 people, have you ever worked more than one job at a time? How many of them said they have worked more than one job at a time?
I would say 65.
And 65 of them said they have worked more than one job at a time. Doug, higher or lower than 65?
This is a good question. Because I think that number can really go either way where what he did. I think it's going to be just a tad lower. I think because some people are just not wanting to do just 2 jobs, like they just grin and bear it and just do one. So I'll say lower.
Okay. Not a problem there. All right, so we're going to go lower for you. And for all important control of the cards, the actual number of people who have worked more than one job at a time is 36. It is lower.
Wow.
All right. And Doug, that gives you the important decision to make here. You both have the same card. You both need 3 cards to win this round, but Chris is ahead 1-0. Question to you is, do you want to keep control and change your card? Or play your cards? Or do you want to pass control to Chris, knowing that if you pass it, Chris cannot change his base card?
I'm going to pass.
Going to pass it. All right. Chris, you got to call all 3 cards right. If you do, you win the game and the match, and you're headed back to the money cards. If you don't, Doug ties it up, and we're going to a tiebreaker.
Okay, let's go, Lowell.
Going on, lower than a 10. Oh, no, it's an ace, and Doug ties it up.
I thought that just a moment ago, too. Woo.
Yeah, that ace has not been your friend, unfortunately, Chris, there. I'm sorry about that, but well done for you, Doug. You tied it up, and we're at 1 game apiece. So let's clear the board, go to our tiebreaker round. 3 cards, 3 questions, of course, and we start off with control. The first question going to Chris. Chris, we asked 100 high school teachers, do you assign more homework now than the amount that you were assigned in high school? How many of those 100 high school teachers said yes, they do assign more homework now than what was assigned to them when they were in school?
I would say that's a pretty high number, 65.
I'd say 65 out of 100 of them said that they assign more homework now. What about you, Doug? Higher or lower than 65?
So I'll be honest, just because with the way that at least school districts in my area, want to focus on test scores and this, that, and the other, I'm going to say it's lower.
I'm gonna say lower than that. Okay.
Lower than 65.
All right. There it is. It is lower, and if you are right, you will get control of the cards first. Let's see. The actual number of high school teachers that said they assign more homework now than they did was assigned to them in high school is 23. It is definitely lower.
Wow.
All right.
I remember getting a lot of homework. I hated it.
Mm-hmm. And no problem there. All right, Doug, you've got control of the cards first. So that means you're going to get started here with your opening round base card, and it is going to be a jack.
Ooh. I want to change it.
I'm going to change it. All right. Getting rid of the jack. The jack goes away, and out to play we find a 7.
Oh.
Oof. Let's go higher.
I'm going to go on higher than a 7. It's a 9.
We're going to freeze.
Going to freeze right there, all right? Keeping the 1 card advantage there. As we go on now to question number 2, this one is for you, Doug. Doug, we asked 100 women from a previous studio audience, or 100 people out on the street, basically, in this case. Are you divorced? How many of those 100 women said yes, they are divorced?
One of the things that I will say that's quite interesting nowadays is the divorce rate is a lot higher than, say, maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or 30 years ago. But there's still lots of happy married couples. So I'm going to go and say 59.
You say 59 out of 100 of them say that they are divorced?
That they are divorced,
Okay,
yes.
just wanted to make sure that 59 is what Doug says. Chris, higher or lower than 59?
Oh, boy. I would go Lowell.
You're going to say lower than that. Now, let's see. The actual number of women who said that they were divorced is 15. It is much lower.
That must have been the audience over at the Newlywed Game.
That's why.
You know, you're not wrong about that. But yeah, I was surprised in that one for that particular survey because I thought it would have been higher myself. But all right, Chris, you've got control of your cards. Let's see what you've got here. We'll start with your base card of a 5.
I'm going to keep it and go higher.
All right, going higher than a 5. It's a king.
Lowell.
For the game and the match of the retain as champion, lower than a king. It's a queen. He's done it.
Woo! Good game, good game.
Congratulations, sir. Well done. You are headed back to the money cards once again. And Doug, we got to say goodbye to you, but you played fantastically, sir. Did you have a good time with us?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for hosting. Good luck to you, Chris.
Well, you're not going away empty-handed. You won one game today, so you've got yourself $500. And our thanks for playing here on Card Sharks. Give it up for Doug, everybody. All right, Chris. Another $1,000 for you, sir. It brings you up to let's see, that's $2,000. Yeah, $2,000 for this game so far, at a 2-game total now, $5,850. Let's go see if you can add another $32,000 to it. Playing the money cards. Come on over.
Thank you.
All right, you know how this works, so we're not going to waste any time explaining the rules here again. Just remember the perfect double, double, double all the way to the top of the board should get yourself $32,000.
Okay.
All right, so best of luck to you. Let's deal out those cards. Give you a fresh $200 to start. And let's take a look at your base card for this first row here. Your start opening card is a queen.
All of it. Yeah, also, all of it low.
Big bet here, double or nothing here. $200, lower than the queen. It's a 6. Doubled up to $400.
Number 3.
All right, changing with card number 3. All right, that 6 goes away, and in its place we shall find a 10.
100 low.
All right, $100, lower than a 10. It's a 2. $500 now. What was that?
All of it higher.
All right, doubling up everything else for $1,000, higher than a 2. It's an ace. Very nice. $1,000 with that ace. You move that ace up, give you another $400 there. You have $1,400 and a great card.
All of it low.
Betting it all again for $2,800, lower than an ace. It's an 8. Up the middle with $2,800 now.
Number 2.
Changing with card number 2. And in its place, the 8 goes away, and we find a king.
$27 low.
2,700.
Yeah, $2,700 low.
All right, $2,700, lower than a king. Oh no, it's an ace. Oh, that cuts you back there. You're still in the game though. You have $100 and a great card you can't lose on.
Good thing I held back. 100 low.
And it all lower than the ace. It's a 6. All right,
Ouch.
$200 moves you up to the big bet. Will you want to change that 6?
Yes, why not?
All right. $200, not much to work with, but we'll see what you can do. Instead of the 6, you'll now play with a queen. You got to bet at least 100.
Why not? All of it low.
All right, for nothing at all or $400. Come on, be nice. Lower than a queen. It's a 3. He's got it.
Okay.
All right, not bad, Chris, there. $400 more added to what you won previously now. Gives you a grand total today of $6,250, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
All right. And, folks, that is going to do it for us here on this edition of Card Sharks. Thank you for watching this live stream initial episode. Appreciate all of you who have come by to watch the Season 3 kickoff the right way. We'll be back next Sunday night around 10 o'clock-ish or so for another round of Card Sharks. And again, if you'd like to leave an opening poem for the show, leave it in the live chat here if you're here in the audience live, or leave it in the comments section if you're watching this on demand afterward. We'll try to get as many poems as we can in as the season goes along. So again, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to click that like button down below. Click the subscribe button too if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. That way you never miss any of these live streams or any of the great game show content we have here from the past, present, or future. So from all of us here at MVG Productions, thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Brandon Scruggs, and we will see you next time right here for some more Card Sharks. Till then, so long, everybody. Good night.